Hello everyone, and welcome to your SAS sessions. And first of all, I would like to thank each one of you that you have chosen GuruSchools to make your career into SAS. So here we are going to start the introduction with SAS. So first and foremost is we need to first understand what SAS is. Now it's very clearly seen on the screen SAS. It stands for Statistical Analysis System. So it's not statistical analysis software, it's system. So can anyone tell me what is the difference between a system and a software? Yes. Yes, any one of you, can you please tell me what is the difference between a system and a software?
Sys-
Anyone?
System is integrated software in a system,
Okay, good
multiple
try.
software
Absolutely
integrated in
correct.
one system, right?
Absolutely correct. Anyone to
A
enhance the
system is
same
the software
statements?
that provides the services for the other softwares.
Yes, absolutely true. It was Padma, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So Monica and Padma has very rightly given us the introduction, but those who have not understood, it's like you people are all are using Microsoft Office, correct? Everyone might have used, are using, or are aware of it, Microsoft Office.
Yes.
Yes. So if you are working on Microsoft Office, if you are looking ahead to have some documentation done, which tool you use within Microsoft Office? Just simple text, you want to write something, paragraph, story about yourself.
Microsoft Word.
Word.
Absolutely correct. So use Word,
Word.
correct?
Mhm.
Do you use Excel for the same?
No.
No, it's for a
So
table.
absolutely. Excel you use for tables, correct? Or you want to upload or you want to make some numerical information, which is suppose your anything, maybe your daily purchase, whatever you do, your monthly budget, whatever you do, you may document it, make a table into Excel, right? In case if you want to have some presentations to be done, you use PowerPoint. Correct. So I'm just giving you some examples which you people are daily using it. So related to data, if you have some data information I want to save it, you use Microsoft Access. Okay, so these are various tools or you call it as softwares under Microsoft Office. So Microsoft Office is not a single software. It comprises of various softwares, right? And this all softwares are integrated under one umbrella, and that platform of umbrella is Microsoft Office. Agreed now, everyone?
Yes.
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 Hence, Microsoft Office is termed as a system, or it is also used as, of course, you know, it's operating system. That's why it's system. Okay. Same thing when we say it's SAS, that is Statistical Analysis System. So SAS is a system. So it's not a single software. All right. So it is comprises or it is integrated with various, either you can call it as tool or you can call it as softwares or you can call it as various task performing softwares or tools. So SAS is a huge system which has been developed for an enterprise where every data related activity is conducted by using its dedicated tools. So when we have something related to for ETL process in SAS, we use a tool of SAS called SAS Data Integration Studio, When it comes for visual analytics, we use a SAS software called VA. When we have programming stuff to be done, we use SAS software called SAS Foundation, or it is also termed as Programming Environment of SAS, and so on. There are various studio tools. One of the tools which we are using is SAS Studio. Okay, so I just wanted to give you a brief introduction about the difference between a system and a software. So SAS does not fall under software. It's a integrated system comprised of various tools which are used for various tasks related to data for an enterprise. All right. So let's get introduced with what SAS is and how it works. Okay. So it's a very general, plain introduction so that you people get familiar and acquainted with this system or with this SAS environment. So about SAS, so SAS was actually been developed, or it was been researched and developed in 1960s by two scientists. It was basically was developed for analysis of agricultural data. So basically, SAS was a software for analyzing or performing statistical analysis. So the word statistical is very much different than what normal analysis is. Okay, so there are two types of analysis. One is statistical and one is business analysis. It was basically with statistical analysis where people were using it for checking for ANOVA, testing their hypothesis, okay, all those things. But later on, as and though the software was giving brilliant outputs or results, it was later the software kept on having various developments happening. And then these two scientists who developed this software, later they converted it into a organization or a company, and they started it since 1976. All right. So since then, it's a market leader in business intelligence and your analytical softwares and services. SaaS solutions are used by more than 80,000 customers worldwide. So this number is increasing nowadays. So it's actually being an integrated system. So it's actually a very comprised, and I can say it has a hand on your data protections or data security. So it also has ready to use solutions which companies are directly implementing into their um, ecosystems. Like for example, we have ready solutions like CRM, that is customer retention management. Okay, we have campaigning, market campaigning. We have financial or fraud detection solutions, which people in banking sectors are directly implementing. So they are not sitting and developing any software there for performing or checking for any fraud analysis. Okay, so this is how SAS has come up to a level where it has developed ready solutions where companies can directly implement and work on their ecosystems. So there are, as we saw, that there are various customers throughout the globe. So countries use SAS is, as you could see, there are a huge number of countries throughout the globe which are implementing SAS into various organizations, institutes, like they also use into businesses, government, and also universities. It is among 91 or 91 of the top 100 companies. So this was recorded in 2020 by Fortune Globals. Okay. So SAS itself, it's a company, and it is actually, it terms itself as an institute and not as a software company. Okay, so it's an still referencing as institute with nearly 13,939 employees throughout the globe. So this was the last update which I've seen on 2020 here. And of course the revenue count, if you see, So this is where it tells how huge this environment or the system is, and it's been implemented throughout the globe by various organizations for their various data related solutions. So as we discussed that SAS is an integrated system of softwares that enables to perform. Yes, one can have data entry, one can have data retrieval, management and mining done. One can perform reporting, statistical analysis, business planning, operation research, quality of your data, application development, and also perform data warehousing, which is actually ETL, that is extraction, transformation, and loading. So these are some of the softwares on the left hand side which I have specified. Among them, we are going to use a SAS software called Base SAS for our training. All right. So features of SAS. Now, why people are mostly focusing on SAS? So very first and foremost topic or a point which I have specified was about data security. Because it is highly integrated system, it has a huge data security with SAS. Because it's a proprietary based system, it's not at all an open source system, and that is why data security is most important, and SAS provides it. Second is about number of rows, which is it has the ability to analyze. So there is no restrictions of your data where there is a limitation of rows or columns which gets analyzed into SAS. All right. So this was one of the major features which I would like to focus on. And that is why, though it is one of the most expensive system to be integrated by organization, people still move ahead with SAS. It's because of these two main strong points, along with its accuracy. Yes, the results produced by SAS is 99.9% accurate statistically, okay, as compared to other softwares. So some of the features of SAS I have mentioned here. Process files containing millions of rows and thousands of columns of data, can read and write into various file formats. One of the major point, because when you're working with organization, the input source of data could be of any type. And yes, you have that ability in SAS that it connects to various sources of data to read the data into this system. Many built-in statistical and random number functions. Yes, you don't have to sit and create a formula to calculate certain statistical or mathematical equations. You have ready functions to be implemented. Okay, so it's a comprehensive date and time handling functions. Yes, SAS is only system where your date and time are never saved as a separate formatted of data value. It is saved as numeric values, and that is why the calculations on date and time is accurate by using SS. Interactions with database products through SQL. Yes, SAS has the features where one can write SQL queries into SAS environment and connect to various data sets or databases and query your data. Direct output of reports can be generated into various formats like CSV, HTML, RTF, XML, PCL, and a number of output products. Okay. Advantages of SAS, as I said you, it's accurate, simple, consistent. Yes, consistent is most important topic or most important feature of SAS. And of course, it's fast. So you can look into your data, you can have a precision or predictions done which are precise, and hence you can take the decisions for your data for the organization. All right, one can develop and administer the use of various products and tools in SAS. It has consistency with respect to data, definitions, and also your platform. And of course, it can perform report, it can perform analysis, and it can give you the results as per the requirement. Yes, it's an intelligence platform. So when you have data with an organization and when you're performing an analysis, you can not only do the analysis on the previous data so that you can predict it, but you can also work on the current updated data and you can work on it to give the accurate results. Okay, so this example of driving car is just trying to tell you that one can look into and dig into your data, what happened in the past, and you can also accordingly guide the organization to take decisions depending on your past data history by performing analysis using SAS. Okay. Yes, so it's integrated system. Hence, it's trying to tell you that you have data in various databases. One can extract data in SAS, one can store data in SAS, one can analyze and one can report data by using various databases. So that's what we have: data integration, we have intelligence database, we have analytic intelligence, and of course, business intelligence performed in SAS. So all the required things by the organization is under one platform. This is just trying to tell you the optimization curve of SAS about the data, how it moves. Okay, so you can access, manage, report, management, forecast, predict, and also optimize your data beyond BI. Okay. Yes, so these are some of the databases: Informatica, Cognos, Business Objects. Along with it, we also use SAS to connect the data sets for various data files. Yes, so SAS implementation. So you have core SAS and you have clinical SAS. So the clinical SAS arm is one of the arm which is implemented by the pharmaceutical industries, where it's one of the mandatory area for pharmaceutical industries to implement SAS. It's because as per the CRF Part 21, which is Code of Federal Regulations by US FDA in pharmaceutical industry, the new drug development or the new drug before getting marketed, the clinical trials which are conducted on the new drug by using animals or even animals, which is preclinical area, and human beings, the data needs to be analyzed and needs to be approved. And the analysis and reporting and approval part is done electronically. And the features as per the requirement of 21 CRF, SAS gives the most enhancing features to FDA as per the requirement. Hence, it is one of the basic and mandatory requirement for pharmaceutical industry to implement SS. It not only generates the reports as per the CRF 21, but yes, SAS has those features that there are certain rules and standard guidelines which is need to be followed by the organizations while generating the report, and these rules and regulations and guidelines are put forward by certain international standards to be followed, like CRISCs, which is called as Clinical Data Standard Interconsortium. This is a non-profit institute which have put forward certain rules, certain guidelines while submitting the data for US FDA or general your regulatory body for approval of your drug data. They have to implement SS, and SAS is the only tool which gives them this type of report generating environment. So core SAS is also the SAS environment which is implemented by other sectors like banking, telecom, retail, and others also. Okay, so we'll just see what are the various sectors where SAS has been implemented. So these are some of it. Fine. Information technologies are also implementing SS. Education industries. Okay, so this is some of them, which is where you in US also the universities have the program where they implement SS for students in various courses. Pharmaceutical industries, some of them. Of course, financial institutes, some consultants. Of course, there are certain BPOs also which are implementing SS. So this was general. I just wanted to give you a glimpse about introduction of SAS. So there are people who are looking ahead to upgrade themselves into various areas of SS. So these are some of the modules or softwares which people get upgraded for them. So we have base SAS, advanced SAS, data integration, visual analytics, statistical analytics, and clinical SAS. Among them, the tools which are available for people at public sectors is base and advanced SAS, which is into programming. Rest all are the tools which are available with SAS itself. When I say SAS, it's a SAS organization or company or institute where these are actually licensed tools like data integration, visual analytics, statistical analysis. These are the licensed tools. Therefore, we cannot implement directly at public level because those are some expensive tools. So the areas where we focus, so the area where we focus for training is base and advanced. Okay. So job roles with the trainings or with various modules you come across first is with data programmer or developer or data analyst. This is with respect when you get trained as base or advanced as programmers. If you have upgraded with DI Studio, you are eligible as to work as SAS data integration developer or architecture. If you are upgrading in statistical analysis, you are having an opportunity to work as SAS analyst, and of course into clinical area as clinical SAS data analyst. So when I say clinical, of course here it will be writing programs in as per the clinical guidelines. Hence it's clinical data analyst by using your base SAS software, which is programming software. All right, so this is in general about the base skills, which is been an average base skill, which I've just put ahead for freshers or even experienced candidates. All right. Yes, SAS also provides you certain certifications. So you can also apply or give yourself the certificate examination so that you get this digital certification tag for yourself, just a marketing way, or you're just focusing into market that you are certified professional of SAS, where your basic concepts and all are clear with your SAS programming. Okay, so this is just with SAS programming, which I'm trying to focus the certification on. So this was general, a brief introduction with SAS. So, and I'm just giving you something with tips of certification. Okay, so these are some of the areas. If in case if you're interested, you can always apply for certification examinations post completing your training. That's it. So thank you. So this was just a general brief introduction about SAS. So apart from this introduction, is anyone having any doubts about this system and how it works or what it is overall?
No, I think it was pretty much self-explanatory, Ashwini. Yeah, was nice.
Okay, great. Good to hear. Others, I hope you had, if you were facing what actually SAS is and how it works and all, I hope this presentation helped you to understand what SAS is in general. Yes. Okay. Hope you people have followed it. So during your training, so this is for your SAS programming training. Its duration is approximately 3 months if we go with the schedule. So it takes 3 months to complete the course. So we are going to learn the programming environment of SAS, which is base and advanced. So when I say programming environment, SAS actually has two arms. One is the programming arm and one is the non-programming arm, or I can say it has two environments, programming and non-programming. So when I say programming, it is actually your base SAS software, which you will be learning how one can write programs into SAS with basics and advanced. And non-programming, it's all about point and click applications, which are actually licensed copies. And those applications are DI Studio, Visual Analytics, VIA, Statistical Analytics with the softwares like data mining or enterprise miner and various softwares. Okay. So those come under non-programming environment, but all those non-programming or higher end tools at the back end, their basic software runs is the foundation SAS, which is your base SAS software and which is the programming environment. So whenever people use this higher end tools at the back end, it always generates a code. Okay. And therefore, to understand that coding as well, people needs to upgrade themselves for programming. So to begin with the career in SAS, you will always have to know the programming environment. And hence, most of you are the beginners with SAS or you are looking to shift into SAS. The best part to work is as a programmer. And hence, the GuruSchools has come up with SAS programming and of course, clinical SAS programming. So people interested in clinical industry, post training of SAS with base and advanced, you can move into clinical area. Those who are not interested in clinical industry, they can always upgrade with only base and advanced, and this is more than enough or more than sufficient to help you to look a career as a SAS programmer, irrespective of clinical industry. All right. So what you will be learning in this 3 months, you will be learning base SAS and advanced SAS. So base comprises programming 1 and programming 2. Advanced comprises macros and SQL. Okay. So this was your overall about your course, which we are going to start with. Fine. So apart with what SAS is and what you'll be learning, now let's have a brief introduction about your trainer, which is me. So let us just understand about your trainer and what actually your trainer is having an experience and all about. Hi, so as very rightly each one of you knows me since 1 month, since 20 days, since 2 months. So this is myself. So as I worked as a SAS corporate trainer with SAS India, and currently I'm working as a freelancer. I'm interested in taking public batches. So I have actually my graduation done in life sciences, and I've upgraded myself in clinical research. So when I was learning clinical research, I was into this field. I got introduced with SAS, and that's where it inclined me to move my career into IT sector into SAS. And I was a good presentation, hence I opted my career path into training. So I have an hands-on experience with enterprise guide, base SAS, advanced SAS, SAS BI, and of course, I'm a certified trainer from SAS for base, advanced, clinical DI, BI, and of course I'm certified into base and advanced. So tools expertization you can see, and this is the area where I have hands-on experience. So this is an overall information and general introduction about me for next 3 months, or maybe during the training, your training course may get expanded from 3 months. It goes to either 3.5 months or 4 months. So for next 4 months, every alternate day, that is Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, 9:30 p.m. EST, you'll have interactions with me on SAS. Okay, so this was a brief introduction from my end as a trainer. So I would open the floor for each one of you to just give an introduction, like your name, your qualifications, the area where it inclined you to come with SAS and acquaint this career, and any prior experience, and where are you currently residing. Okay, so we'll go with alphabetic order. So we have first participant is Anamika Ranjan. So Anamika, please go ahead and give your introduction, please. Anamika.
My name is Anamika, and I have done my MSc and BSc from Calcutta University. And after that, I also have 3 years of experience in a project based on cytology and molecular biology. And after that, I came here. I'm residing in Texas, in Fort Worth, and then I decided to go with in IT background like SAS. So I don't have much idea, but I think I then I researched, and I thought I should go with SAS. Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Anamika. It was a great introduction, and I would welcome you for our SAS sessions. So moving next, we have Arun Subramaniam. Yes, Mr. Arun, can you just unmute and speak over, please?
He's currently driving.
All right.
Oh yeah,
So
he forgot the class was today. He's just
oh,
driving and listening.
okay, no problem. So next, it would be Jagruti. Yes, Jagruti, go ahead.
Yeah, sure. My name is Jagruti Taylor, and I have my qualification as bachelor's in microbiology and master's in early childhood education. So currently I teach into a Montessori school setting, but I started my career in a hospital working as a medical lab tech. And that just because of certain things with my family, I thought of changing career. But since now the things are settling down, I feel like I want to go back to a science career. And one of my friends, she introduced me to SAS, and that's why I said I'll just go and explore how it is and move forward. So that's why I'm here. Pretty much 15 years experience working in in lab as well as a school setting in total. Thank you.
Great. Yes,
Yeah.
thank you, Jagruti. It was good to hear from you. And I would also welcome you for this new career opportunity which you have opted for SAS. So wish you
Thank
all
you.
the very best. Yes.
Thank you.
So next we have Monica.
Hello, this is Monica. Actually, I completed my bachelor in electronics telecommunication from India, and after that, I came here in US, and then I complete my master in computer system networking. But I don't have a work experience, but now looking forward in SAS career. Thank you.
Yes, thanks, Monica, for your introduction. And yes, even I would like to welcome you, and thanks for opting this course with GuruSchools.
Thank you.
and wish you a very good career. Of course, it goes for each one of you. It's not only for Monica.
Yes.
Yes. So next we have Padma.
Hi, this is Padma, and I have my master's in life sciences and bachelor's in education. I have my diploma in clinical research, and there I developed my interest while I was working as a clinical coordinator. So I was introduced to SAS, but I didn't get an opportunity to work because I didn't have the knowledge of SAS. And later, due to the family situations, I had to shift my career to teaching. I have the teaching license in biology, so I work in a school right now. And I think pretty much my kids are independent now, so I wanted to shift my career back to where I was. So back to the scratch.
Great. So I would also appreciate each one of you, of course, with the it takes a lot, when you are shifting your career and again you are standing back, and with such uh, so many years of gaps, it's like you need a lot of courage to stand actually. And listening to everyone's background and the year of experiences into various field, I'm really happy that you people have chosen a right path now where you can shape your career into IT and have a very good opportunity into SaaS. So yes, thank you Padma for giving your introduction, and yes, I would personally invite you for this course, and wish every one of you a very good and lucrative career into SaaS. So
Thank you,
last,
Ashwin.
yes, so last participant we have is Vikram, who is going to speak with us for his introduction. Yes, Vikram.
Yeah, my name is Vikram. I graduated from with bachelor's in computer engineering, and I'm currently doing my master's in computer science. So I've taken an intro to SAS class before last year, just some intro classes, and I'm currently looking for a job with SAS and
Great.
software engineering.
Yes, okay, good. So we have Vikram with us. Of course, being a software engineer, he's also into looking ahead his career into SaaS as and making up, or of course, is building his way to look up a career into SaaS as a programmer, and henceforth he will grow eventually, obviously. Yes, thank you, Vikram, for your introduction, and looking forward for each one of you to have a really successful career into SS. All right. So with this brief introduction with each one of you, now this is a whole batch of yours as batch 3. So you know each one of you now. So you can always communicate yourself throughout your sessions or throughout your trainings, offline, online, and you can grow with the topics which we are learning. You can discuss the topics. If anyone finds this topic has not been understand, someone can help each other offline also. Okay, so this was just to make each one of you comfortable and get introduced with your classmates. Okay, so with this, we'll take a short break of 5 minutes and we can resume with our today's session with programming one. Okay, so 5 minutes break and we can resume back post 5 minutes. Thank you. All right. So with our introduction and introduction to SAS, and of course the brief introduction to each one of us, let's move on with our day with our SAS programming training. So as we discussed that the SAS programming comprises of two parts, basic or called base SAS and advanced SAS. Okay. So what does base SAS or programming one comprises? So it is all about essentials. That means yes, for beginners who are looking ahead their career into SAS, you need to know programming environment. And being a beginner, we are going to learn SAS programming. So hence it is essentials. It is PG1 or you call it as programming one. So what are the topics which we'll be covering into PG1? So yes, the topics or the area of training is into segregated into chapter wise or lesson wise. So first lesson is going to be essentials. So it's going to be SAS programming process. What we are going to learn, what is the programming process. You'll get introduced to SAS programming tools, and of course you'll understand the syntax. Followed with solutions. Now the solutions at the end is all about during the training and during your course, there are certain demonstrations, activities, exercises, or practice exercises been provided in your PDF book. So if you have downloaded your data and the material which I have provided, it consists of a PDF book also. So in that PDF book, they have provided you certain practice or exercises. So the solutions related to those practice exercises is provided into your PDF. Okay. So that's what it's telling. At the end of every chapter, you have a solutions. So lesson 2 is all going to be about accessing data. So we'll be understanding what SAS data is, we'll access data through libraries, and we'll import data into SAS, of course, followed with solutions. Lesson 3 will be exploring and validating your data. So you will see how one can explore your data, filter your rows, format the columns, sort your data to remove duplicates, and also arrange the values in a specific order. Lesson 4 is all going to be preparing data, reading and filtering data, computing new columns, and of course understanding how one can write the program into conditions. Hence conditional processing. Lesson 5 is all about analyzing and reporting your data. We'll see how one can enhance your reports with titles, footnotes, label. We'll see how one can create frequency reports and summary statistics reports. Lesson 6 is all about exporting results. We'll export the data and of course reports. And lesson 7 would be an introduction to SQL into SAS. So there are ideally 7 lessons in PG1 or programming 1, which we are going to move ahead. And today we'll be starting with lesson 1. All right. Okay. So let's move ahead with lesson 1, which is essentials. So everyone, please keep your PDF book handy. All the topics which I'll be covering or the slide presentations which will be looking on the screen, all those slides are available in PDF. So that is actually your handbook or your study material. Whenever you want to refer with the topics, you can just go through the PDF. Yes. So this is your lesson 1, essentials. In this, we'll be covering 3 topics: SAS programming process, using SAS programming tools, and understanding your SAS syntax. So let's get introduced to SAS programming process. Yes. So we are going to learn a programming language. Though it's a programming language, but it's a pretty easy, simple programming. It's a 4th generation language. So when we say it's a 4th generation language, it's like it's ready to use as a program, or you can directly start communicating with SAS software by using this language of programming with SAS, so that you can connect to the data and generate the information. So this 4th generation language means it's pretty simple. It's like there are ready to use certain keywords which you can directly use into your programming language. There are ready to implement certain functions for certain statistical analysis and mathematical analysis. So you don't have to generate those formulas to get those outputs of with statistical or mathematical expressions. Hence, it's called 4th generation. And mostly it is like your English language. As we speak, you can go ahead and type the programming part of SAS into SAS environment. So with this programming language, one can access data, one can read data into SAS environment. So when you're reading data into SAS environment, it could be data with various data sets or various database. You work into it. You can also write it back to those data files. So you can read, access those data. You can generate reports in graphical presentations. You use direct implement the functions into SAS environment, and of course you can represent your data in visual analytics way also. So all this data related activities you can do it by writing SAS programs. Okay, so that's where we are going to learn the programming environment. So being a beginner, there is a process of SAS programming, or the process how data moves into the system. Very first is, as a data analyst or as a data person or data or a SAS programmer or SAS analyst, you need to access data into SAS. See, when I say it's a SAS environment, SAS is not used as a system as a data warehouse. It is not a data warehouse environment. Please make a note. Like we have data ware softwares like Teradata, MySQL, Sybase, Oracle, Access, Microsoft Access. These are database softwares. So when I say database system or software, it means those are huge systems where they can store huge amount of data, like big data. Hadoop is one of the database concept, or it's a database environment where people store their organization's huge data. Okay, so SAS is not a database environment. Please make a note. It's not a data warehouse concept or a system. It's an analytic system. Okay, it's a reporting system. Fine. So when you are going to work on a data to generate a report or do the analysis, you need those data, and those data will come from various environment or various database. Hence, you need to access data. You need, once the data is into SAS, as per your business requirement, you need to explore your data or understand your data. Then you need to prepare the data for analysis as per your requirement. So when I say explore or prepare, in short, I am working on some data for survey of a classroom or for a school of a classroom, and I have the information, general BMI information about the students, their name, the standard, the age group, their weight, their height. Okay, so this is the information which I have currently, and I don't want the whole information about the school's data. I am focusing on the students from grade 4, okay, or in a kindergarten, between the age group or less than suppose 7 years of age group, and need to check whether their weight is within the range or outside the range as per standard weights. So when I have this data for the schools, and then I'm narrowing down my search that I want to select only the age group which is less than 7. Okay, so that is where I'm preparing. I'm first observing my data that it has 5 columns. It has the columns like age, name, weight, height. So I'm exploring these columns, or I'm understanding my table, and from that table my business requirement is to check the weight for age under 7. That is where I'm preparing my data. Once my data is available, I'll perform analysis and generate the report. So once I have selected all the age groups of students less than 7 years, now I'm going to analyze from that data within the standard range of weight, whether the students are underweight, overweight, or they are appropriate weight, so that we can generate, or the decisions can be taken whether they are malnourished or if they are obese. What are the precautions to be taken by the school for their health activities, either they are midday meals or whatever, the to increase their game sections, or they are exercise sessions. So that is what you are going to generate the reports for and analyze that reports, where these reports which are currently created into SAS environment, you need to submit for the decision makers who can look into the report and take the decisions about the data. So that data decision report should be into readable and should be interpretable for the people who are maybe non-technical. Hence, you provide the data maybe in the form of Excel or in the form of PDF book or whatever form which they are comfortable. That is where you are exporting the result. And this is the process what we are going to learn throughout your SAS programming: accessing, exploring, preparing your data, analyzing, reporting, and exporting. Okay, so these are the 5 steps of your programming which we are going to learn step by step. So for your course, we are going to focus on the international storm data. It's for throughout the globe. It's not specifically restricted to a specific country. So it's throughout the globe. And this data, we are going to use it for learning your programming process, right from accessing till exporting. This data will be explored. Okay, so it's not at all a fictitious data in your classroom training. It is going to be an international storm data of some few years ago, which has been recorded into system of SAS, and it's made available for us as per our data requirement. All right, so one can write this all steps of SAS programming right from accessing data in to exporting reports. So this is where it's telling you have external data in Excel, you are getting it into SAS environment while writing certain SAS steps. You're going to generate reports, you're going to generate the reports in graphical presentation, and this is where you see the output and then you can export it. So all this process we are going to learn through this 5 steps, right from accessing till exporting. Okay, and thus we have some demonstration. So make a note. The training comprises of certain pre-existing codes. Either they have given as demonstrations or activities. So the naming convention starts SAS as P101D01. So this indicates P1 in it's like programming 1. 01 is the chapter which or lesson which we are currently undergoing through. And D indicates it's a demonstration and its placeholder like demonstration 1, 2, 3, and 4. So to understand this, I'll just get you introduced to SAS Studio. Please do not work on it immediately. Just understand the process. Now this is the SAS Studio. I have connected the SAS Studio link, and when it is showing me this window, I need to select SAS Studio. So SAS Studio is a programming tool of SAS, which is cloud-based tool. It's not at all a proprietary based or desktop installation tool available. Of course, it's a student's copy available for us, which is free to be accessed and practiced. Okay, so being a cloud application, it's available for us, which gets connected with SAS servers with its cloud server, and there are certain space available for every participants into this cloud server to create their own database and work on it. Okay, so meanwhile it gets initialized. Let's move on slides. Okay, so it got connected. So I have some pre-codes available here, so I need to close this window. Okay, so this is all about. So this is how the environment looks like. It's actually a programming and drag and drop, that is also called as GUI application. So for our training, we are going to use its programming environment. So I have created a folder of PG1, and within this PG1, I have stored all the data files which I have given to you on email as activities, data, demo, output, and practice. So our first slide, which was speaking about P101D01 code. So this will be into demo folder. So I'm going to click this demo folder, and and according to your chapter sequence, this is how the code is been saved. Make a note, the SAS code window or file is saved with an extension of .ss. It has the icon like this with the running man with a dot, and its extension is .ss, so it indicates it's a SAS code. Okay, so when I double click this, it opens into a code window. So every code has respectively a code window, a log window, and a result window. So code window is where the code is saved or created or we write it. Log is the window where you will have the information about your code been processed, like if there was any errors, warnings, notes, whether it was executed successfully. Okay, all that message will come into log, and result is the section where you see the output of your code. All right, so the the programming environment has three windows: code, which is editor, log, and results. So this is the ready to use code for us. So if you observe this code, there are certain areas where they have written a program to follow this process right from accessing to exporting. So very first section is telling it accessing the data. So it's accessing, that means it's reading a data from an Excel file, it's importing it. Okay, then they are preparing a data, hence they are using a step of data. Later on, they are going to explore it. So this is or prepare the data. Okay, so second was exploring, then it is preparing the data. Okay, then the third section is all about analyzing report and exporting. So this is all about it's generating reports with proc means, procfrag or ODS is to generate the report in Excel format. It's exporting it. Okay, so these are certain steps which we are going to follow. So all the steps we'll see it in detail later on. But just to make you introduced with the session, this is how it all looks about. Okay. Okay. So it's irrespective about the area of work experience which you have earlier. For those who are already working into data analysis, for them this question stands. Okay. Fine. So what data will be using? Of course, along with your international storm data, we are going to use data for US National Park, Europe tour and trade data, cars, class, and shoes data also. Okay, so these are some of the data files which we are going to use or we are going to access throughout your programming learning for your course. Okay. Yes, during your training, you do have certain demonstrations, activities to be performed, certain exercises of practice which has been provided. And of course, case study is nothing but a scenario in every practice. Okay. So there is three level of exercises, level 1, level 2, and level 3, which is challenge. So level 1 is the exercise which is pretty much close and similar to the demonstrations which we see throughout the training. Level 2, a less help is provided into that programming environment, or less help provided during your solving this solution for this exercise, and challenges you need to access through um, or you need to research a topic and solve a particular challenge exercise. So during the training, we may work with any level of exercise just to get an hands-on on it. Most of the time, I give this exercises as a self-study or as a homework for you people. All right. So let's start using your SAS programming tool. Any questions till now? Anyone? Yes, people, I need this class to be interactive, so I would look ahead and inputs from your end. And when I'm asking something, please unmute and
No.
speak. Yes, because what happens, it's a live or it's an online live session. We do not see each other. Hence, to keep the session going interactive, it's always better that you people keep on reaching out or speaking out to each one of us or interacting with me so that the class keeps moving and it becomes a lively class. All right. Okay. So using SAS programming tools. Yes. So SAS programming interfaces, as I told you, there is a basic foundation of software of SAS, which is called as base SAS software. And this software can be used with three interfaces of SAS, which is desktop installations called windowing environment and enterprise guide. Apart from it, SAS also has a cloud application called SAS Studio. So all these interfaces have the basic tools that you need for programming. Okay, so these two are desktop installations, and of course, those are licensed copies. SAS Studio is a cloud application. It's a student version available for us through SAS on its tools section. So to use this tool, you should always create a profile, and once you create a profile, you can access this tool for free to practice and revise your topics. Okay. So as we got introduced, the programming environment of this software has three windows: editor window, log window, results, and output data window. So editor window is the area where you write the program. Log is the area where you debug any errors for your code. Whereas result is the area where you view the result of your code into this window. Okay. Yes, so with this demonstration, I'm going to simply select the whole code, but before working on it, I need to get connected to my data files. Now the data which we have uploaded is into this data folder, correct? So currently this all data consists of some data sets. So if you check this extension, you have a .csv data file, you have .ss7b dat data file. So this indicates it's a SAS data set. Whereas this file which we have opened is .ss. See, it's a SAS code window, whereas this is a file. It's telling SAS 7 beta, telling SAS version 7. It's a data. Okay, so it's a SAS data set. And look at its icon. It's like a table structure. So when I click any one of this, it will open as a data table into my reading pane of my SAS Studio. So this is where it's telling it has 19 rows and 6 columns. So see, it's a table with rows and columns. So here you can see the attributes of the column. Attributes, I can say it's describing the columns. So this icon indicates it's a character, which A indicates it's a character column, whereas this icon for this column indicates it's a numeric. Yes, H cannot be character. It is numbers, hence numeric. Same height, weight, and birth dates. All right. So this is how the table looks into SAS. Okay. So these are some of the data, but this data is currently in the cloud application onto the server, but they are into a folder. I need to connect them into SAS. I need to connect them into SAS so that I can use it appropriately. Okay. So for that, what we had to do is, first and foremost, I'm going to write a code of a libname. So I'm going to open a new program window, which is a code or editor window. I'm going to write libname. I'm going to give a reference library for it called as PG1. And I'm going to provide the path where I have all this data. So for this table or for this folder, I'm going to right click and I'm going to select into its properties its path. So every time, whenever you start your session, you need to always connect to this data sets. And this path is going to refer into SAS with this name. So this is your individual path. See, it is on my home directory of cloud. Within it, it has created a profile, a separate space on cloud for my ID. And for this, I have created this folders, and within this, I'm using the data from this folders. Okay, so this is currently on cloud. So when I submit all this or submit this statement, it is going to connect the data files which are externally into this folders will be connected into SAS environment into Studio. So of course, in detail, we are going to see this, but at this point, just remember, whenever I start my session, I need to create this library. So when I check my library sections on my left side, you will find the name PG1 library is created, and under this, you have all these data files. See? So when you see in servers files folders, it is representing the same data files, but it's showing it along with extension. But when I check into libraries, I have referenced it as a library name as PG1, and it is showing the names of the tables without extension. So this indicates that now this data is available into SAS environment for us, and they all are going to be referred under a library of PG1. All right, everyone, I hope I'm making some sense here. Yes?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
Ashwini.
Yes,
So I'm
ma'am.
just simply going to execute my first code. So see, my code got executed. There is a log window which is trying to give me this type of error. Okay. Along with it, it's giving me certain instructions. Now the error which I could see currently is related a data file path. So let me check the path here. So what I do is simply comment this. All right. Physical file level report. This is all fine. One second.
It's PRG1 or PG1.
One sec. Here it's PG1, it's okay.
That is,
As it is, it's going to take this one only. What I'll be doing is I'll just clear this one. So the path for your home directory for me for my PG1 data, this is the error. See how it's showing in the log about the error. So it's good at showing the error so that you come to know what's the debugging area of our coding which we are missing out or where we have performed or some corrections to be done into our code. Okay. So there is something with this path. So it's path data. This is all fine. So what I will do is I simply give it like this. No need of libname. I import my data. So we do have this within this folder. See, in data we have storm. See, storm data, storm Excel. Take its path like this. Because it's a pre-existing code, it's ready to use. And because we are using it into our studio, we are going to work with accordingly with its path. Hope this works. Yes. All right. So see, it was simple. Or actually, it's a proc import procedure where you are reading an external data file, which is an XLS data file, and it's creating into a or it's creating as a data set or a SAS file, okay, with the name of storm damage. Because it's a SAS file, you could see it is directly opening into an output data window. Now this is an extra window which comes into SAS Studio, which opens directly the table that it has been created. So these are the table columns. It's telling there are 38 rows and 5 columns. So this is the table which it has created as a SAS table by reading an external file which is of XLS. Now this was about accessing. Now we are here is the section where you are exploring. So exploring is just to understand what is it consist. So hence I'm going to explore this data. So exploring is all about the procedures. So it's coming into result window. See, it's not opening into output data window, but into results window. Okay, so just understand this is the results with some of the steps of procedures which you have written. Then you are preparing data. Now you are creating a new data. Hence you are using a keyword data. That means you are creating a new table with this name and you're giving the instructions that how this table has to be created, what is to be required for analysis. Hence it's preparing the table. So it's preparing new columns. Okay, some new columns have been created with conditions. All right. So there is another table created by, of course, writing certain more steps. So this is preparing data. Either you use create table by using SQL or using a data step. Fine. So this is preparing data as per your business requirement. So I'm going to submit the steps. So see, it is creating 3 tables: detail table, damage to table, and summary table. Fine. So this is where the tables open directly into a new window called as output data window. Again, going into my code, the section which we are going to understand is analyze and reporting. Hence, reporting, it will be reporting into an ODS Excel sheet with this path, it is going to write it to this path with this name. Fine. Then it is writing tables with titles and it will generate a report into map. Fine. So this is all about your analyzing, reporting and exporting section. So I'm going to submit. See, submit, either you can select a part of code and select this running man icon, which is a submit button, or right click and you can run the selected code which you want to submit, or the shortcut is F3 of your keyboard. Okay, F3 button. So this is where now it is generating reports. So see, this report is generated into tabular form, into graphical presentation, okay, tabular form as per the instructions which you have written, and this is the map of that particular report. Along with it, it is also going to create a table which is an output table. So this is a result window, this is an output table window, and this is a log, and this is a code. So log gives you certain instructions on how the code was executed. If you had any errors, it will show the error into red. Warnings are shown into green. Warning is that, yes, there are certain things which you need to follow, but yes, this will take care by SAS and hence it will keep on executing your code. That is warning. And blue colors are notes that how it has worked on. Okay, so this is how the three windows are. They are interactive windows. And of course, this is the 5 processing steps which we are going to learn throughout your programming. Okay, so this was a short demo just to keep you or give you an introduction about your environment. So this is about EGN Studio. In your PG or in your PDF, you have this demonstration been provided. So you can open your PDF book. So this is your PDF book, okay? So within this PDF book, if you have this on the left side, it's an indexing where you can click on lesson 1. Okay, in lesson 1, we have got introduced to the first point. There is an demonstration. So this demonstration is telling to work on P101D01. So as per the instructions, we are going to work on SAS Studio, not in EG. So as per this, you need to just execute the steps, follow the instructions and understand how it works in Studio. Everyone just go ahead and open your PDF book. This is page 1-6 where it's explaining about a demonstration. So the scenario here is examine the international storm data that is used in course demonstration. Open and run SAS program that follows the SAS programming process. The code includes in the program is covered throughout this course. Now, most of you, I believe, have already uploaded the data files which I have provided as per what you could see on the screen, like data folder. You have created a PG1 folder. Within it, activities, data, demo, output, and practice. I hope everyone has done the same thing. Everyone? Yes or
Yes,
no?
Ashwin. Yes,
Okay,
Ashwin.
great. So others who have not done, can you please let me know if Jagruti or anyone?
There is PRG one. It's a you send us that PG 194, right?
Either you write PRG1 or PG1 is the
No,
same.
but we got that
Correct.
PG 194
Correct,
on
correct,
that
correct.
folder. Okay.
Yes. So what you
Data
have to
set.
do is, yes. So what you have to do is in files and home, right click, new, create a folder, give that folder name as PG1 or PRG1. Again, if once that folder is created, right click that folder. Within that folder, you have to create new folders and give each folder this name. Once the folder is created, right click and you have the option called uploads. So go to uploads, choose the files where you have downloaded this data files. So wherever you have downloaded for your SAS, go ahead, check for those files. So I have this See, I have in my PG1 folder all my data files. Okay. Okay, so see, activities folder. I need to select all, open, and then upload. So this is how the process should go for activity, data, demo, output, and practice. So all the activities related code should be in activities folder. All data folder values or data content values of the data folder should be in this data folder, and so on. I hope you people have done the same thing, everyone.
Yes. Yes,
Great.
Ashwini.
Good. Vikram, okay. So go ahead, open your PDF book, follow the instructions as they have said. But before moving into it, open this, go into this demonstration folder and open this first demo P101D01, everyone. And the demo folder should look like this with this code. It should open with this 3 windows, code, log, result, and this is your code. Does everyone get the same? Yes.
Yes.
Do you see the same code on the screen, on your screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Ashwini.
So what you can do is come to this part, proc import data file equal to, where you have this path for this Storm Excel file to be read.
Mhm.
Okay. So
Mhm.
whatever is the current path, you need to replace it from your, go into your servers files folder, go into data folder of PG1. Within data, you have this storm.xls file. So this is here. Okay. So this is XLS. Right click this file, go to its properties. From this properties, select this path where it is saved and replace this proc import data file path with the current path which you have copied. And from here onwards, start executing the code step by step and understand what is happening. Look into log, check your results window, check your output window, and so on. Of course, before executing, see to it that you also execute these two statements, option and ODS. First, execute these two statements and then move ahead with proc import and all the rest.
Ashwini, I have a question.
Yes.
I would like to know where like the storm.xls is saved in which file. I mean, I was going to this SAS Studio, so I was not able to see where did you take this out from
Did
Storm.
you upload these files there?
Yes, I have done like all of them.
Okay. Just share your screen with me.
Sure. Uh,
It's into your like where you have the ribbon where you have various options of mute, share. There is a share option there.
yeah,
Just
share
click
screen.
share and select desktop. So it will give you the option to share what you need to share, either a specific software or a specific screen. So select desktop.
Okay. Oh, this is asking me the permission to share because it says that allow the apps below to record the contents of your screen even while
No, no,
using
no.
other
What?
apps.
No, you have selected advanced share. Maybe just select share and you will get a window. Select a window or an application to be shared.
Okay, one second.
Anamika, I hope you are following what we are doing.
Ma'am, I'm not getting, actually I did not upload. That's why I'm not getting the files.
Okay, just a second. I'll finish with Jagruti, then I'll come back to you.
Miss, I'm sorry, Ashwini, but I think it's um I'm trying to share, but it's just giving me this option. I don't know. Security.
Are you, one sec, are you accessing Zoom meeting from your laptop where you have your SAS Studio? Or
Yes.
you are still accessing it through your mobile
No. Through my laptop.
laptop? Okay.
Yeah.
So how come it's asking you security check? I don't understand. It won't come like this mostly. Just
Yeah, I
with
don't
this.
know. The same thing happened like initially too. Just I had to give this. I don't know why it's different here. Uh, let me get back to you. I mean, you can go and help out.
Okay, so you can just hold on. Meanwhile, I'll check with
Sure.
Anamika.
Sure.
Anamika, please share your screen, please.
Okay, ma'am.
I hope you know there is a share screen tab.
Yeah.
Just click share screen.
Mm. Shh. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, scroll at the bottom. You have upload files.
Uh,
No,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
no. Yes, upload. You need to upload files, correct? So upload files. Choose the file path where from where you need to upload those files. So where are those files? Educational, correct. SAS. It's activities, correct? So go to your PG1 folder, correct? Click activities. So select all these files.
Mm.
Click one of it and do select all. How you will select it all? Shift and all. Select shift and all. Shift and A.
E. Okay. Sorry.
Shift and A. It will be selecting all files. Okay, leave it. Okay. Upload. See, right side you have that upload. So it's uploading. Just hold on. Click this upload here.
Yes. Okay.
Do it again. Choose files. Select from your all. Shift A.
Shift.
Press button shift and A alphabet.
It's not only. No, why it's not taking. Shift A, you are saying, ma'am?
Right.
No, no.
Okay. One sec. One sec. So what I have done is I selected this. I click my shift button and I scroll down till end till here. Okay, all has been selected. Fine. Now I'm selecting upload. So I think this upload process is happening. Just hold on for a few minutes or few seconds because it is highlighted. It's working maybe. It's not highlighted, so it's working maybe. just cancel it. I'll try it from my end. It was in your documents.
It's document, yeah. Educational. SAS.
It shows you that the files are getting uploading. I don't know why it's not showing you for you.
No file selected.
I think the files which need to be selected is not from here. So how do you check it? Recent place. One sec. Was it? Come to your folder, please. I hope you have unzipped it. Come to the folder where it is.
Okay, ma'am.
Saved your files.
Ma'am, no. Yeah, back.
I hope this is all unzipped, correct?
Yeah, this is unzip.
It should take it otherwise. Mhm. Where it is.
In finders, first one. Yeah.
Why don't you create a separate folder somewhere in Drive for SAS and copy all that material from Finders into your Drive, either your C drive or something. Do it, Anamika.
Okay. Can I keep it on desktop for now?
For now, yeah, let's try from desktop.
Next, so, mm, uh, this one,
Is it this?
PZ194
Okay, right click and extract. No, you need to unzip it. So it need to get extracted. One sec. Leave it, leave it. One sec, one sec, one sec.
Okay.
What happened? Just minimize this. Or do one thing, close all the folders except leave your um, SAS Studio. Close all the windows. Okay, fine.
Okay, ma'am.
So you have this here. So how you mostly unzip this?
Yeah, chip and archiver, I think.
Is it the same?
Yeah,
You
ma'am.
use this to unzip.
Mm.
So where it got unzipped now? Here itself. What is this?
This
Okay.
is the yeah, PG19.
Okay. Fine. Okay. So this is where you have Chrome. No. Where is your studio?
Studio. Here.
What is this now? You will try one thing. Within PG1, new folder. Again, within data, where is the desktop? Just minimize this. Come to your desktop, please.
Sorry.
These are your data files. Okay. So you have studio, where it is? Here.
Yeah.
What happened? Just right click, upload. No, you should select the folder, data folder.
This one.
Yeah, right click, select, go to data folder properly. Huh.
This data.
Correct, correct, correct.
Okay.
Right click, upload. Upload files, choose
Okay.
files.
This one.
It's on your desktop, right?
Yeah, it's
So go to data folder, data folder. It's a data what we are going to upload, correct?
yeah.
So within this, select that folder, PG1, select all these files. All. I don't think all have been selected. So this is the process, you should select for every folder all the files. So I'm not understanding what is happening here, but you can try it, take your own time and check how you can upload it, because for me this system is new, so I'm not getting acquainted with this. Which operating system it's this?
This is Safari.
That's why. So try to upload these files, okay? Take your time. You can take help from your husband and upload these files,
Yes.
because yeah, because we have actually our time is now to
That's
stop our
okay, ma'am.
day.
I will
Yeah,
do.
yeah, yeah. So try to do it. If not, of course, we'll do it again in our next class. Fine. So
Okay.
others, I hope you people have done with your demo.
Yes.
Everyone? Yes,
Yes.
great. So, Anamika, you can stop sharing your screen.
Okay.
So I hope it all worked for you, the demonstration. Anyone had any doubts, any issues in the demo? It was simple. You have to simply run the code, okay? And I hope you saw what is the output coming, how is the log showing the output, how is the result window coming, and how is the data window coming. I hope you people were able to observe it.
Yes.
Everyone,
Yes, Ashwini.
great. So with this note, we can stop our day and we'll resume back on Thursday evening with the same time. And then we can move ahead with the next topic. But meanwhile, Anamika, now you know the process how to upload the data files. So just see to it that in the next class, this all is uploaded into your system. All right.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So in case if you find that this is you are not able to follow how to upload, there are certain pre-existing videos of us. I've already given access to you earlier also. It's a Excel Google Sheet for batch 1 and batch 2. You can check how the uploading is done. Okay.
Okay.
In case still if you cannot do, we can always sit out and sort out. All right.
Sure, ma'am.
Okay. So thank you for attending the class session, and wish you a good night. Take care. Bye. Meet you on Thursday.
Okay.
So,
Thank you.
ma'am.